Hey, shalom to the elect. I want to start by giving all the praises, honor, and glory to whom it rightfully belongs, which is Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. What I said was all the praises, honor, and glory belongs to Yahweh, who was the Heavenly Father, whom the world ignorantly calls God, in the name of his Son, Yahweh Shai, who was the Messiah, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus, in the name of the Holy Spirit, which in the Hebrew is Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, never will. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. This is the article, right, that just came up, and it says social media calls for black people to stay home on National Day of Action, April 5th, right? And it says black folks on social media are warning black Americans not to participate in an upcoming global protest against the Trump administration and Elon Musk. On Saturday, April 5th, thousands of people in the U.S. and around the world are preparing to protest Trump in what they are calling hands-off National Day of Action. According to Third Act, one of the organizations that helped put together this massive protest, said the event is meant to stand up against those who believe they can take whatever they want. Our democracy, our future, our rights. So far, more than 600 events have been planned across all 50 states. Events have also been planned in Europe and Canada. Indivisible against Slovakia. Indivisible, another organization helping to mobilize, prompted the protests on Blue Sky, writing, Donald Trump and Elon Musk think this country belongs to them. They're taking everything they can get their hands on and daring the world to stop them. On April 5th, we're taken to the streets nationwide to fight back with the clear message, hands off. White House Press Secretary, listen to this though. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt pushed back against the protests, saying they will never work to deter the president from further pushing his agenda. Anyone who thinks protests, lawsuit, and lawfare would deter President Trump must have been sleeping under a rock for the past several years, Leavitt said in a statement to USA Today. President Trump will not be deterred from delivering on the promises he made to make our federal government more efficient and more accountable to the hardworking American taxpayers across the country who overwhelmingly reelected him. All right. It says black voices on social media took these words to heart and warned black people of the dangers they could face if they participated in the upcoming protests. YouTube channel Twin Shangout Kenya put together a montage video of the warnings from Black Social to share the sentiment with other black folks. All right. And yeah, man, so this just popped up. So basically they're saying April 5th is going to be some type of protest against Trump globally, saying hands off, I guess because Trump is, pretty much on the move, basically, Every day is like he's signing a new executive order, all right? And, you see what's happening. But the thing is, I was just thinking, right, like, well, one, I'm going to get to that point in a minute, but two, I remember this woman, now I don't know exactly, I don't remember the reason exactly why she said it. All right, but she said, April 20th, Trump might, could do something or whatever, or martial law or something like that. Okay. But basically, man, hey, something could happen. Something could go down April 5th, or within the month of April. Okay. But they were telling, Jake to stay home on this National Day of Action. And the thing is, man, I wouldn't be surprised because Esau has this thing called order out chaos, meaning order out of chaos. Or, Slocky, I meant to say problem, reaction, solution. Okay? And I was just thinking, this protest, or whatever, just you pretty much just causing chaos and then coming with the solution to push forward his agenda. All right? I was just thinking this could possibly be one of those things where they do it, where, they could, who knows what, they could implement it right here, make up some type of story to where they say, all right, this is getting out of hand, or who knows how far this protest will go, if it'll erupt into violence and then declare martial law. Who knows, man? All right? Who knows? It may or may not happen, okay? But I'm just, saying that within the month of April, it seems like, hey, something could possibly happen. And we say possibly because we don't really know when certain things is going to take place. We know they coming. We don't know, but we scrutinize and see, try to, and we make, We pretty much can, see things coming down the pipeline based on things that's happening. Okay? But this, as far as black people, hey, first off, if you a Hebrew Israelite, man, especially brother that is like-minded in the doctrine of GMS, you shouldn't be in none of these protests or nothing like that. Okay? I don't care what it's for. You shouldn't be in it. All right? Now, and the reason, let me get this, because hey, this is why. Look, man, we separate from this world. Okay, we not with black. All right, people, like we're not. We're separate from this world, man. We don't associate with these people. Okay, let me get this real quick. When I say associate, meaning we're not for whatever they're for. Okay, meaning we're not going to be joined in them. This is what I meant to say. We're not going to be joined. Pretty much, we're not with this world. I'm gonna just leave it like that. We're not gonna be out there protesting and marching with them, even if they have, a good cause. We're not a part of this world. All right. This is Sirach 11:9. Strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not. See, we ain't supposed to be, striving in it's pretty much, you're not supposed to. Don't be involved in someone's business that doesn't, that doesn't involve you. Don't be involved in business that doesn't involve you. All right. Well, you could end up to where it's, now, you not now something happens and you caught up in it. We're not going to be going out there to protest. But this is something. Let me just see the comments. Look, I got a better idea. Let's have one big prayer circle throughout our cities. The Lord ain't hearing y'all, man. Let me get that real quick. Talking about a prayer circle. You think praying to the Lord gonna help you, man? This is the book of St. John. When y'all walk past and scoff the prophets every day, you think the Lord is gonna help y'all? This is St. John 9:31. Now we know that the Most High heareth not sinners, but if any man be a worshiper of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, and doeth his will, him he heareth. And these people, they ain't worshiping the Lord. They ain't worshiping Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. They worship Jesus. They worship any other God. The majority of our people. Okay? But they're not, our people, they're not turning to the Lord, majority of them. And they're set up like that. Okay? So this is just a heads up, because this came, might be something, a National Day of Action on April 5th. Okay, it might be something, man. All right? But as far as saying whether or not you should go out to protest out there, hey, no. Let me read some more. Let me see what this is about real quick.
On Saturday, April 5th.
Salakia, I'm going to turn the, if I can get the subtitles on. Yeah, so if you can't hear it, you can read it. Lord willing.
2025, millions of us across America are going to march in protest of the Trump administration. Please, please, please join us. Please share this video with as many people in America as you possibly can.
1 million people are going to march in the United States on April 5th. 1 million people.
Sit your black ass down.
On Saturday, April 5th, 2025, millions of us across America are going to march in protest of the Trump administration.
People, black people. No, we already had this conversation. Don't you take your tail and go march nowhere.
Remember, this is not our fight.
Guess what I'll be doing?
Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Him and one time.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren and I'm Maureen. So I don't know how many of you guys have had our fave.
All right, but you can watch the rest of this. I'll put the link to this article in the description of this video. But it wouldn't be a smart idea to, you shouldn't be out there. If this even does happen, it's just a heads up, letting you know that this is, supposedly going to happen. It says, stay out the way. One user in the video said, do something that will help you become more progressive in your community, be more self-sufficient. All right. I'm gonna jump down here to this paragraph. It says, all my black folks, y'all better not be out there trying to rally. Make sure on April 5th that you are at home, at work, and minding your business, reading a book, learning a new skill. But make sure you were not at that rally, she continued. If we show up, it's not going to turn out pretty. It's going to get ugly. You know, it's reminding me of what Trump said about, you know, like an hour a day, or it's like, you know, an hour to be pretty much use brute force on people who commit crime. You know, he said something to the effect of that when he was running in, you know, his campaign or whatever, you know. So, hey, you know, this was you know, so people, you know, hey, it could be people protesting, or, you know, it could be Esau causing something. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. But this is a heads up coming. All right. Hey, the Lord is crumbling America from the inside out, man. Every day. Okay. Ever since this year started, it's just been going downhill. Soon it's going to reach the bottom of the hill, and we all know what that is, which is that nuclear destruction in the end. So, hey, with that, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, every well, peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. Shalom to the elect.